And we're back.
And we're back on the Cavalry. Welcome to the Cavalry, everyone.
Oh, it's good to be here. Oh, I am so excited because on this week's episode, we have a very special guest who's just going to hang around for just a second at the beginning of the show. I asked at dinner, we went to dinner before this, and I asked, does anybody have a topic, because the well is dry sometimes. I was like, who's got something they want I'm going to talk about on the podcast? And my parents are in town. My mom immediately had a great topic, I think, that she needs backup on. So
I'm excited.
My mom, Karen Sleighter, take it away, Mom.
Okay. I've been going to Weight Watchers for like 1,000 years. Lost weight, kept most of it off. Oh, sorry. But anyway, they have this thing called, they've always had spokespersons for Weight Watchers. And they've always been people like Jennifer Hudson who had weight to lose, and then she successfully lost weight and kept it off and became very famous. And Oprah Winfrey did it, and she obviously had weight to lose. But now they're into this new whole wellness thing, and they don't emphasize the weight loss so much, which seems kind of stupid. But anyway, they have Weight Watcher ambassadors who aren't even like
who aren't fat.
Well, you got Kate Hudson is a Weight Watcher. Kate Hudson, who's like a size 1 or something, is a Weight Watcher ambassador. And then you got Russell Wilson's wife, Sierra, who's doing the same thing. So they're just trying to get famous people to promote the program, which is totally not relatable for the average fat person. So anyway.
So what you need backup on is you think you should have to have been a certain weight to be a Weight Watchers spokesman.
Yeah, it used to be you had to have to lose at least 10 pounds before you even could be a member. I don't even know if it's that way anymore. But I just think they should have realistic Weight Watcher ambassadors, people who are a little lumpy.
Lumpy. You got to show your lumps. You got to display your lumps to get it. Yeah, so basically the people they have now are just spokespersons.
They're just famous.
They want to get paid.
They're famous and they're beautiful. They're beautiful looking already. I mean, I guess Sierra had a baby, but she's got a built-in trainer. She's got a personal chef. Kate Hudson, I don't think she's ever had to worry about her weight. And she probably has a personal trainer and a built-in chef. We need a real person who has to cook their own food and doesn't have their own trainer, has to do their own Zoom fitness class online.
Well, let's get down to the dirty. Who do you have in mind that you think should?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I didn't think about that.
Kate Hudson, that's the girl from
she's a model.
Almost Famous.
Yes, Almost Famous.
Okay.
Yeah. Very skinny. It is crazy because she's never watched her weight, and she's now the spokesperson for Weight Watchers.
Oh, they don't call it. That's the other thing. They changed the name. It's not Weight Watchers. It's called WW now, because they don't. For heaven forbid, they don't want to think that we want to try.
Everyone's getting on the KFC train. KFC changes it, and everyone's like, we got to follow in their footsteps.
Wait, KFC is not Kentucky Fried Chicken?
No, now it's KFC.
And what does a KFC stand for?
Well, it stands for Kentucky Fried Chicken, but now their name is KFC. Everything just says KFC. It doesn't say Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh, that's
But
horrible.
they should realistically promote the image. I mean,
they should do that with the United States of America.
Weight Watchers.
We're just USA now. We don't do the States or America.
Yeah, I mean, if you have initials, they obviously stand for something. So WW doesn't really stand for anything. And then like KFC, I didn't know that about KFC. That was very interesting.
I remember when I was
But that's still fried chicken. It's full of grease still, unless they got rid of the grease.
Yeah, that's true.
Kate Hudson's not eating that.
Yeah. Kate Hudson, that's the one that really, there's a few other heavy people on there. I can't remember who they were, but
like that. So let's get some heavy people as the Weight Watchers spokesman, or people who have struggled with their weight.
Well, somebody like Sherry Shepherd, or,
Lizzo.
Yeah.
Lizzo would be a good one.
A great one.
There you go.
She's a fit person. I think she does all that.
But it is a delicate topic because you don't want to suggest someone like, hey, you should be the face of this organization where you have to lose weight,
Right.
But then also you want to say, but you look great and you're famous, so that's a compliment.
Well, Lizzo's kind of like the poster child for, hey, own it. I am who I am. I love it. There's nothing wrong with me.
True.
Right?
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. There's got to be somebody else better out there. I just irritated. Don't even have an ambassador if you're not. Just get somebody. I could be the ambassador.
That's where this was
You know,
all headed.
real life.
Yeah.
That's all.
Beating around the bush.
She's
I
just
could use
pissed.
some money.
Yeah. She wants
I'm
to
retired now.
be the WW ambassador.
Anyway, that's my only complaint. That's been
Well,
pissing me off.
That's very logical. I back you up. Sure.
Okay, good.
I'm with you.
Okay, so I won the deal now.
Yeah, you win the big prize.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'll mail you a pin.
Okay.
No, she's not a Patreon subscriber. So
Oh,
she
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
get
sorry,
anything.
that's just
I'm
for
retired.
Patreon.
I can't afford it. I thought about it, but I
She's
never
on a
do it.
fixed income. Well, if you become a WW ambassador, will you become a
Yes, I
Patreon
will.
subscriber?
How much is it?
It's $5 a month.
$5 a month.
Well,
Just
I
cut
bought
out
dinner
one-
tonight. That's
Cut
$5
out
a
True.
one trip to KFC per month, and you
Yeah.
can.
You
Well,
cut out.
I'll consider doing that. Since you backed me up, I'll become a member now.
That's how we get them.
One listener at a time.
What difference? I don't understand the difference in the shows.
We talk about this all the time. You get a bonus episode once a month. You get the post-show banter. You get like all sorts of, like you said, keychains and stuff like that.
Wait,
I'm
are
not-
you are you an avid listener?
No, she's an
No,
unavid.
no.
She
I
spends
listen to-
all her time listening to the Bachelor
I like the
podcast.
Bachelor podcast.
These ex losers go on there and talk about their somehow break down the Bachelor, and she listens to that.
No, if you listen, do you have a record of everybody who listens to your podcast? I reckon I listen to 3/4 of my when I get bored and I want to dust.
Oh.
What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, the host is getting a call.
We got a call. Whoops.
Caller, you're on the air. What do you need backup on?
I didn't know we could take calls on this show. You gotta talk into the microphone.
Oh,
too.
okay. I don't know if I have any more to say, but anyway,
Well,
thanks for backing me up.
yeah,
Of course, it's what we do. It's what we do.
yeah.
It's
Anyway,
what we try to
Alright.
do.
you have anything else? You have any other
Um,
complaints before you leave?
No, I think I have listened to your show more than the average.
I heard a
person,
3.
probably.
I heard a 3. I heard that.
3/4.
More than
The
3.
average person.
No, I'd
Yeah,
say,
of
and
course.
I don't always listen to the whole thing. It depends on if my house cleaning's done. I
The
listen
a-
to it when house cleaning.
The average person in the world has listened to very few episodes. When you break it down per the billions of people, yeah, there's
No, I find out things you never tell me. That's how one reason I tune in. I find out all sorts of things, and I start talking back. That's not true. If you ever said something I said, and
Oh, well, what's something that I've said that you said
I
that
don't
was
know.
not true? Okay, well, we'll let you
Anyway,
collect your thoughts.
well, I've enjoyed listening to all your exploits, Johnny. I
Oh,
liked your
thank you.
triathlon story or whatever you were doing. And you
Oh,
didn't
thank
go
you.
swimming first.
Thank you.
That was pretty
Thank you.
impressive. So anyway, all right. Well, I guess I'm
Okay,
done.
well, thank you for being on the show. Just put it put it wherever you want. Here,
Okay.
that's it. She's out of here.
Exciting.
folks.
That's exciting. Right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate, we're backing
Sure.
people up. Are you gonna be able to? This is gonna be a struggle. Her leaving. She's in the podcast dungeon here.
Yeah.
Okay, you're good.
I'm good.
All right, she's good. She's
There
out
you
of
have
here.
it, folks.
What a way to start the show.
Episode 67, I think it is.
We are off to a
Out
hot
of the gate.
start.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. How are you, dude?
I'm
How was my mom?
great. How are you? I had a funeral today, so that was
Oh.
fun. I drove to Milwaukee. It was one where it was my uncle passed, but he passed like I think it was over a year ago, but it was and so they did
Yeah.
a celebration of life. So I got to see a bunch of family today, so that was nice. I drove down to Milwaukee. I just took my son with me, and that was fun. Then we drove back, but.
Oh, just your son?
Yeah. My daughter's in acting camp, and
Oh,
Aaron
okay.
had a bunch of work to do here, and Phoebe. So I just took Duncan.
Oh, okay. Funerals are. I went to a funeral not that long ago, and it's it's heavy, especially during COVID, because they talked a lot about like how at the end you couldn't go in to see the person much and the
Yeah.
restrictions. So, did they have a good spread? Was there good food?
Yeah, I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought we were just going to go to the church cafeteria and they'd have donuts or something. But we went to a restaurant, like this nice restaurant in Whitefish Bay, and they it was like a catered meal. I mean, they took our order and had dessert and salad. It was good. It was the full thing.
That's way better than I would have thought.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Funeral funnies.
We're starting off hot.
Starting
My
off
mom,
hot.
and then-
Oh, but you know what I can talk about is my trip to Seattle. I went to Andrew's old stomping ground.
I know. Did you see my statue?
I did. It looked different. I didn't know it was you.
It looked like Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, it was weird.
I know. That guy screwed it up.
They messed it up.
I was like, I don't play guitar. Why would you? Oh, well, whatever.
I hope you
I
left
appreciate the gesture. No, but how was it? Where did you? Okay, I'm so curious. Like,
oh boy, I'm gonna get in trouble here. I had fun. I don't know the names of the. I went to some place called something Gardens. Is there a Golden Gardens?
Oh
is
yeah,
is that a thing?
You got it. Golden Gardens. I was about to make fun of you because like you could go to any city and go, I went to some sort of gardens. Yeah, most cities have gone to the point where they have some sort of garden. Yes. No, Golden Gardens on the water, right?
Yes, I think, and then the Waterwork District or something like that. Do you know what that is? Something Waterworks? I don't know. It had a bunch of like rust-colored old machinery that.
Yeah. That's right on Lake Union there.
Okay, yeah, we went there. My brother took headshots for me, so I got my headshots are now newer than 12 years old. So that's exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, so we went there. Went to Golden Gardens. I don't even remember where that was. I thought the Waterworks place was Golden Gardens, but now I'm forgetting.
No, I mean you're like so the Waterworks place is on the Lake Union, and then Golden Gardens is on the Sound, kind of on the other side towards Ballard.
Oh, okay.
Or past Ballard, I guess.
All right, and we went to. So anyway, the big thing was we went to Mount Rainier. And did, a hike along one of the Mount Fremont path or trail or whatever. So
now
it was
you
like
lost
a 6-mile hike. Yeah, but it was great.
Because I went to Mount Rainier once in my life, I think, and it was cloudy and rainy the whole time. We didn't see nothing, and it was awful. So yeah, whatever you did, I'm sure it was better than what I've done before.
Oh yeah, it was good. It was a hot day, but it was a good hike. Yeah.
Do you see then it's like this incredible views? Were you able to see the mountain and stuff? Like, was it beautiful?
Yeah.
See, I've missed that my whole life. I don't know. It's like one of those things.
I'll text you a picture. That's just
that's all I need. But like they say that like when you live somewhere, you don't go see the things in that city. Like I don't know if you went to Pike Place Market or.
We didn't go there, but I've been there. I've been there a couple times before.
I've never done any of that stuff.
I don't need to see it. Plus, during COVID, it's always packed, so we're like, whatever.
So I think you did good. I think you hit the. Where did you eat though? I would have had great food.
I don't know that. I should find out the names of the place and text you. But we had some good food. Bamboo Sushi. There's a restaurant called Bamboo. I don't know.
You probably went to like Seattle's like blown up obviously in the last 10, 15 years. And so like, all the new places are probably better. I just have all the nostalgic old places.
I wish I remember the place we had brunch because it was, I don't think it's a new place, but it was so good. But I have no idea what the name was.
Well, I'm trying to get, I actually started going to workout classes.
Ooh.
I'm not like, so I was inspired by you, Johnny's running all the time, getting in great shape, getting new headshots, and like between COVID and having a baby, it's like I've definitely gotten out of shape. So I signed up for these classes online. Is
it a booty boot camp?
Yeah. No, you have to be careful because that's kind of my point is like they're very vague in how they describe what's going on. They're like, yeah, we'll kick your butt, or oh, you're gonna get a great workout but you'll feel great after, all this stuff. And I just wanted something that was like they're gonna tell me exactly what to do. I don't want it to be personal training, that's too expensive, but I just want to be like get told what to do, where to lift, how to do it, and then how much.
And you can remember that and do it on your own.
Yeah, eventually I can go off and do it my own. But they're also vague. So the first one I did, it was like it was definitely CrossFit, but then they like don't want to pay for the licensing fees or whatever,
okay.
But
so
I mean,
what is it called?
I was the Refinery or something, small batch fitness. I don't know, but like it was like big tires. You're flipping them over, and you have to go outside. Like my first problem with it was anytime you have to leave the premises, it's humiliating. Because if you have to go outside and you're tired and you're not keeping up well, and then everyone can see, like in the regular world, they're drinking coffee, they're on business, they're walking around, they see you sweating and breathing heavy, running around the block. It's just very embarrassing, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So I don't like anything where you leave the premises. And then I was way too out of shape for this class, this first one I did. And I got done. I don't know if you've ever, I mean, you run all the time, so you're probably in great shape. You haven't felt this way in a while, but like I was like sick. I was like worked out hard enough where I was like nauseous, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know how like you go out and you see homeless people sometimes and their life situation is so bad, they'll just wander into traffic. And they don't care. They're like daring. Have you ever seen that? Like they're just daring cars.
Yeah. Not where
They're
they
like, oh, you're gonna
want to
hit
get
me?
hit, but they're
What
just
do I
like,
care? Yeah. That's how I felt. Like I was just walking through the street. Like, go ahead, take your shot. You want to run me over? I'm not running for this light. I'm
Holy
sorry.
shit.
I was very.
You should
very
ask for
tired.
your money back. Holy cow.
Oh my god, I know. So I switched. I now I'm going to this other one. I've been to twice. It's a little more my speed, but still, it's like, it's hard being out of shape. I mean, you know.
Well, you're not out of shape. You just are out of practice, right?
That's quite the euphemism.
Well, I just mean like you're not out of shape. You're just not used to moving around and doing.
You're just out of practice of not being a big fat slob. You just haven't had a lot of practice being a healthy human being. That's what it is. It's not that you're out of shape. No, I'm whatever it is, whatever word you want to use, where you feel like you're about to die.
You want to dress it
when
up.
they make you run a lot. Like, what is that? Is that out of shape or out of practice? I don't know.
Apparently, that's homeless.
No, but the other thing, the last thing I'll say, but this first one, it was like one of these people. I don't know if you've ever seen Dodgeball, but if you ever seen the movie Dodgeball and Ben Stiller runs that gym and he's like a psycho about food and stuff. That's what this lady was like. She like hated food. And so there's a donut place. Of course, it's Portland, right? So like next door to the gym, there's like this cool guy artisanal donut place.
Sure.
And she's like, it's just fried dough with sugar. And I was like, what? Why are we talking about the donut place? She's like, do you see that line out there? It's a 15-minute line. It's just fried dough and sugar. He's like, you know how many calories are in that? You're gonna spend an hour in here. You work it all off. And so she hated this. They had a sign that said how many calories were in the donuts. She was like very anti the donut place. And then afterward, this woman was leaving the class that I was in with her. And you could tell she was so conflicted because she was like, yeah, it's just my friend's coming to town next week. And she wanted me to try this place because I guess it's famous for their donuts. And she wanted me to find out if they're good, but I'm not sure. I was like, lady, we just flipped tires for an hour. Go get a donut.
Yeah, no shit.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
So
and
anyway.
walk and after you order, walk right in front of the instructor and be like, "Hey, good practice today." How?
Toss them in the air.
It seems like unhealthy on the instructor's part to be like.
No,
that.
I think totally.
You have no enjoyment in life.
Totally. And like, it's coming at it from the wrong energy or whatever. But I also think it was like jealousy because it's like they're both like small business owners. You know, she owned the gym. She's teaching the class. And I think she's like, there's like a line out the door. She's like, they must be raking it in, selling, in her mind, something that's bad for you. And then here she is. I don't know if she's struggling or not. I don't know. I got my first class free, so she wasn't making any money off me. I've definitely spent more on donuts at the place next door.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So, it's on, man. I'm getting in shape. Now I've done 3 classes, 2 at this other place that I like better. And then, next time you see me, man, I'm going to be you. I'll have to go down to Gasworks Park.
Well, you got to be careful. You don't want to lose too much weight because then Then you have to deal with a whole lot of everyone asks Aaron if I'm okay. That's such a compliment. Oh, is Johnny okay? He's just
Does he have some sort of autoimmune disease?
Yeah, my friend was like, oh, she saw me and she was like, because she's always like, holy cow, Johnny, you're wasting away. And she's like, Johnny, geez, I think you lost like 20 pounds since the last time I saw you. What did you break out of what did she say? What did you break out of a homeless encampment? I'm like, this is not a compliment. These are not compliments. Oh, Johnny, you look gaunt. Oh, thank you. Good. That's what I'm going for.
That'd be great.
I'm not even trying to lose weight. Like I gotta put on mass somehow. I just like running. I don't. And now
No, but you're like but it's funny because we talk about this. We talk about food a lot, right? On the show, I think that's fair to say.
We do. And we will be talking about food once we get into it.
So, but you remind me of my because I've eaten on.
Please don't be a third grader. Please don't be a third grader.
No, my brother-in-law, because you guys both like to eat and you both like good, like, he loves barbecue and like meat, and
yeah.
But you also don't like eat huge. I've never seen you eat like big portions, like giant portions. I think you like eat and then you get full. Like I could just like.
Then you're not paying attention.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I know to you it is, but I'm just saying, as someone who really eats a lot, I think that you're the normal
eat more
one.
than me.
Yeah, I know that I eat more.
Wow, that's exciting. I think.
We
gotta
can put it to the test.
We got to work together at some point because that'll be fun.
We did.
No, I know. We had a buffet.
Compare my plates to yours every time. Now yours were like hilariously unhealthy. Like it would be like 4 hot dogs, 2 scoops of mac and cheese, and like Reese's peanut butter cup or whatever. But like I had more mass. Like I had all the food groups represented, but like way more mass. And ultimately, I think it is more about just amount of food than like necessarily what type of food you're eating.
All right, if you order pizza, how much pizza do you eat?
Well, again, that's just a question of like who's watching me, who's around. Like, am I by myself? Like, then whatever comes. If there's people, if it's party,
all right, let's say it's just
like
you and
2
Heidi.
slices. If it's like if there's people around and I care what they think, I'm like, oh, I did a show last weekend. Saturday, before this, and it was at a church, and it was a big production though. I was way underpaid, but it was like it's amazing. One of those new guy churches, like it's like $1 million. They had like better equipment than any comic.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Like real state. They had a green room. They had like.
It's like a huge like.
It was like a theater. It was like a nice backstage theater, like millions of dollars worth of audio equipment and stuff, and video, and so there was a band and me, and then this sketch group, marriage sketch group thing, and so they had pizza there, Costco pizza, not even good. Do you think Costco pizza is good?
I don't know about the quality. When you say good,
well, no,
are
it's
you asking me or are you asking Aaron? Because I think it's very good. It's the greasiest. It's very yummy, but it's
it's like good. It's like Domino's scale good. Like it's very
like Papa John's.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely holds up with Papa John's. So like, I was not hungry, but it was like, oh, I didn't know there was gonna be pizza here, and I knew that Heidi and I were supposed to get dinner after. But I still would have ate like a lot of pizza. But thank God there was a band there. So like I had 2 pieces and I was like, they've seen me now eat 2 pieces of pizza and I haven't gone on stage yet. And that's weird to other people when you're just housing. To me, I would eat. I don't give a shit. I would eat forever before 2 seconds before I go on stage. I don't care.
It will affect me, but I still do it and don't care.
Yeah. I'll burp into the microphone. I don't care. Anyway, the bank line's too long. But I went to. So anyway, that's what stopped me. Thank God. But I do have shame if people are around. So I would two to me is like the reasonable amount. 2 slices if people are like eyeballing you.
Okay. Let's say it's you and Heidi, and you're like, "Oh, let's order pizza tonight. Watch a movie." How much do you order, and how much do you eat?
Well, no, see, it doesn't work either because Heidi can't do cheese. So like,
Oh, okay.
I only order pizza when either she's out of town or not around, or I'm on the road, or if it's like a place where they do the vegan cheese, and then I'll do 2.
Yeah.
But then it's the same thing. If it's Heidi's there, I have the same level of like. So I like, I better. Oof, I already had like half the pizza or whatever. I'll go. I better. Good thing I'll have lunch tomorrow. In my head, I'm thinking, God damn it, I could just eat this whole thing right now. Like I've never put pizza away in the fridge and not been like, if just everyone would leave,
we could be together. Oh my God. If it's just me and Aaron, which it never is, but if it ever is, like, and we order pizza, we have to get 2 because I need at least
your
one.
whole pizza.
I need a pizza.
Well, maybe
I'll eat, she can have her 2 slices and then I'll have the other 6, but I'll be like, that didn't do it. We need something else.
Oh, man. See, maybe you now, because that is a lot. That's for sure a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But you are so skinny. So I don't know if you're just running that much or you do have some sort of disorder.
I think I have a tapeworm. No, you know what? So at this thing, that this nice restaurant for after the funeral at this restaurant, they give us, salads, whatever, and then they give us the meal. And I told, like, during the meal, it was like, it was really good, but it wasn't like kid stuff. And so I was like, oh, hey, on our way home, we'll stop somewhere and get food again. Don't worry. Like, immediately following this meal, we will go get more food. Because I was already, I was excited for it. And that's my excuse. And then the guy was like, we have a kid's menu. We have grilled cheese or cheeseburger. So he's like, I want a cheeseburger. So we got him a cheeseburger. He's like, can we still go? And I was like, well, we'll get, we'll still go. But we won't get a meal. We'll just get like a snack. We'll get like ice cream or something. And so then we finish the meal and he goes, all right, we have dessert. And he gives Duncan ice cream and he gives me, some apple strudel. And I was just like, oh God, I couldn't bring myself to be like, hey, can I get what my son got instead of this apple strudel? So I ate the apple strudel. He got the ice cream. And then we're driving.
No.
And this is the worst part. Thank God Aaron doesn't listen to the podcast. He's asleep in the back seat, and I still stopped. I still stopped at a Dairy Queen. I stopped at a Dairy Queen, and he woke up in the drive-thru, and they started talking, and he's like, huh? And I was like, oh, hey, do you want something? And he's like, he goes, oh, yeah, I want ice cream. And so he woke up, I was like, all right, I'll get you. And she goes, what size? And, he was like, oh, big, big, big. And I was like, oh, you can't get a big. So I said a medium. I would have said small, but I'm picking my battles here.
Responsible Parenting by Johnny Feener.
So I said medium.
Medium, yes.
I don't know if you've ever had a Dairy Queen cone, but their mediums are pretty big. So I got that for him, and then I got myself, a jumbo blizzard with extra Reese's peanut butter cups. And then we're driving. We're driving the rest of the way home. And my son had taken like one bite off the top, and he's just sitting there with it in his lap, like holding it. And he's like, And I'm like, what's the matter? You got to eat it. You can't just hold on to it. It's going to melt and get all messy, and you're in your nice clothes. He's like, I don't know. I don't feel good, Dad. I was like, well, if you don't want to eat it, you got to give it to me, or else it's going to melt. So he's like, and this was a miracle. He would never do this unless he really didn't feel good. So he handed me the cone. So I ate his entire ice cream cone, and then my entire blizzard. And then we came home. And Aaron made malts. So don't tell me that you eat more.
I take it all back. You've proved And it wasn't just the amount you ate, because I could for sure eat whatever amount of ice cream that was. I know that I could eat that much. It's not that. It's the lack of shame. First of all, to go to a Dairy Queen drive-thru, and then you have to pretend like it's your kid. Like, okay, yes, we'll stop for ice cream on the way home. Like he's asleep, but just for the appearances of the person on the other side. Yes, Duncan, we'll get ice. He's like, what? Where are we? Oh, quit throwing your fit. We're here now. What do you want?
We're here.
Wait, and so when you had the malts, was there any hesitation when Aaron, or you just gulped? Oh, this is wow! You read my mind, and you gulped it down.
Well, Duncan, like, this was a whole nother thing. He didn't finish his pizza. We had pizza. We had pizza for dinner, so we had pizza before the malts. So we had pizza for dinner when we got home.
Yeah,
and he wouldn't finish his. So I was like, you can't have dessert because he's always not eating his dinner. I was like, you have to finish your dinner or else you don't get your dessert. And Aaron was like, he can have it. And I was like, Duncan, you know how much you already had so much snacks and sugar and ice cream today. And anyway, so we still had it. But yeah, no, there was no hesitation. He was like fighting for it.
Oh, okay. So he didn't want the cone. But he
I think he just needed time to.
He found his second win.
Yeah,
okay.
It was like an hour gap between. So.
Man, you're a real strict dad. Hey, if you don't finish your Dairy Queen cone and your pizza, no malt. All right, buddy. No, don't.
I'm not raising some lazy.
Hey, you eat that cheeseburger and that ice cream, and then we'll talk about a Dairy Queen cone. But if you don't finish that pizza, no malt. Like
this day was an anomaly.
No vegetable.
This day was an anomaly. Okay?
No vegetable was discussed in any of.
He kept pulling up because they put the pickle on the leaf, and he's like, "Dad, do I have to eat that?" I was like, "No, that's a garnish. That's just decoration. Don't be silly.
No, just finish your Dairy Queen cone. You don't worry about any of that green thing."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that you just kept adding layers, much like a Dairy Queen Blizzard. You go Reese's on Dairy Queen Blizzard?
Always, and you have to ask for extra. You have to ask, otherwise.
Do you have to?
Yes,
you have to.
Because after the top layer, it's just like, well, this is just ice cream.
Oh, you know what's bullshit is the McFlurry. You ever get a McFlurry?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Do I ever get?
I forgot who I was.
Yeah. You hear that, Benny? He's asking me if I ever got a McFlurry.
I apologize. I forgot who I was talking to. The McFlurry is like total horseshit when it comes to getting toppings in the actual. You know what I mean? I feel like it's how they have a mixer machine or whatever.
And your
it's
spoon
like
is the tool that mixes
it. They do one spin in that, and then you have like 4 giant Oreos in a corner, and then the rest is just ice cream. And it's like up to you to mix it.
Yeah.
The Blizzard, at least, they evenly distribute the whatever you're getting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking
usually
bullshit
go Oreo.
with that McFlurry.
It's funny because Blizzards are infinitely better than McFlurries. They're clearly rip-offs. McFlurry, and even in the name, it's worse, like a Blizzard. And then, a little flurry. Just a flurry. We're not even pretending to be as good as the Blizzard.
Yeah. It's good. Do you ever have the Culver's concrete mixers?
Oh, you know what?
Those are good.
Maybe once. I've definitely been to Culver's before, and I had the fried cheese curds were great.
Yeah.
But and the burger, of course. But I don't remember if I had the concrete mixer.
Yeah,
They went on the East Coast. They would do this thing. I forget where I was. Like it's probably like Pennsylvania, and one of the gas stations would have these. You would buy the shake or whatever, and then then they would mix it. You would buy it like super frozen, and then you'd put it in this machine. It was all like automated, and then you'd put it in this machine. It would mix it for you, And then I was like, wow, this is. But it's all like, that's what I mean about McDonald's. I've had way more McFlurries in my life than Blizzards. It's just access at that point. You know, it's like there's just a million McDonald's.
Yeah.
And there's just not that many Dairy Queens. And then the Dairy Queens also close earlier. And when do you really want it, you know?
Yeah, and they don't have Reese's peanut butter cup McFlurries. It's just like M&M or Oreo, right?
Yeah. I like Oreo anyway, but yeah.
No.
So I don't know what the lesson is here. But
then I'm the dad
I will
of the-
say my daughter is we're giving her lots more solid food lately, and she will eat anything, like literally anything. Because the new thing is, I guess, or what Heidi reads, and doctor seems to agree, but like anything you eat, you can get as long as you cut it up enough, and they're not going to choke on it. They can have it, you know.
Yeah.
Babies. And she'll eat anything, like all the stuff like you would hate, like beets and broccoli, like garbanzo beans, hummus, all this stuff I didn't eat until I was like 25 years old, probably.
Yeah.
She's already had more varieties of foods, and then what I want to know is like, is that gonna last? Like, as she gets older, will she start being picky with food like kids are? With like, you know, like I want cheeseburgers or grilled cheese, or is she gonna continue to just eat anything you put in front of her?
I think. I mean, my guess is that yes, she'll get she'll get pickier as she gets older. But like, I think the goal is to just it's just like you said, access. Like, because our kids have, you know, they never have soda. They don't have soda because we don't have soda in the house. We just, you know, but they have had it like when they're, you know, with their cousins, and they're, you know, like their cousins, I think, drink it a lot, and I think our kids just don't crave it because it's like. It's
So
like
when
it doesn't
they've had
exist.
it,
They don't
though-
even know about it.
But when they've had it though, do they go crazy for it, or they're just like, oh, that's really good, but then they forget about it?
Yeah, they're like, oh, that's really good, and then they forget about it. But I think it's because they went so long without it.
I see.
You know, like it was just like they didn't know it was a thing for such a long time. Yeah. But like, I mean, that's
Hey, buddy,
the goal. Like,
buddy.
I'm sure I had healthy stuff when I was a baby.
Finish your soda, or no Reese's.
That's right.
You just opened that soda. You chug that, and then we'll talk.
Any half-drank sodas on the counter here.
When do you remember being like a picky eater your whole life, or did it?
A big eater or
Picky eater.
I
Because you're
don't
kind of a picky eater. You're a little bit of a picky eater.
Sure. Well, we talked about this.
Yeah, we've talked
Depends
about
what
this.
you mean. My wife's a picky eater too.
Right.
This is just
Yes. It depends.
healthier.
But you are you're picky in the sense of like you have an aversion to the tastes of things. Certain things.
Tomatoes mainly.
Yeah.
And I don't crave. Yeah, like I don't like to put stuff on my burgers. Like I don't like lettuce on my. I'll eat I'd rather have a salad. Like when Aaron puts stuff that like goes together. Like I can't think of an example, but like I'll just eat it by itself.
Well, no, like a burger is a
Gross.
great example. So you would rather just have like a plain cheeseburger with like ketchup and mustard or whatever, and then if all the other burger toppings, just put it in a little salad bowl on the side.
Yeah.
And then I'll just eat that for
Like if she wants to put spinach and avocado on a burger, I'm like that. I don't want that on a burger. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna eat it. I'll just eat it all dry, get it out of the way, knock it out, and then I have this nice meal.
Yeah.
Without avocados and spinach.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm trying to get to. I guess what I'm trying to say is like what.
I don't know when I don't know when I got.
Because sometimes I think it's like
level
when
I
you
am.
become an adult, you can just choose what you want to eat whenever you want to eat it. You know what I mean? Like
Yes, I was independent before I was responsible enough to take care of my, eating healthy. I was like, oh my gosh, finally,
Yeah.
I can eat whatever I want, whenever I want. And that just went on way too long. Thank God I met Aaron or I'd be dead.
The healthiest I ever ate was when I was broke, living in LA, because I had no money and I would just go as long as I could. I would play like a game with myself, be like, how long could I go and just not run my debit card or like pay for anything? You know?
How does that? But
so
that's
I
the
would
thing, that's what's-
find shit in the house, just like cans of beans or
Oh,
whatever,
okay, yeah.
or rice, and I just make stuff like that, and I just have like black beans and
Yeah.
find whatever, and then just make it and make a huge thing of it and live off of it for as long as I could. And so like that was probably the healthiest I've ever been, like most in shape I've ever been. Just 'cause it was like, but then when I got money, like not like I'm rich, but like, you know, well, you can see this palatial estate behind me, but
Sure.
no, but like when I started making a little bit of money doing stand up, that was like turning the spigot on as far as like, oh, I can just go, you know, I could go to the Outback whenever I want. Like not just McDonald's, I could go to the Outback and like
Yeah.
I could spend $30 on dinner and just eat like a king at the Outback. Oh my God. And that like was it more
See-
and I became irresponsible with food. And so then it's like it's like free, you know, because it used to be when there was free food, I would just lose my mind and like, well, I don't care if I'm full. I gotta like pack it on because it's free, like continental
Yeah.
breakfast or whatever. And so you have to just recalibrate when it's like you have to go just because it's like with beers. It's like just because it's free, just because the club covers your tab, doesn't mean you have to have 9 beers. You know, it's like it'll
Yeah.
be free again someday. It's a sunk cost. So
See, but when I was broke, I ate unhealthy because I look at it from the perspective of if you're going to go to the grocery store and buy healthy food, that's expensive.
right.
Buy lettuce, buy vegetables, buy fruit. You got to, you know, that's expensive versus, oh, I could just go to McDonald's and get, you know,
No,
off the
there is a
dollar
f-
menu.
That is true, but there's like layers to it, I think, because there's broke enough to be like, you're right. Going to the grocery store, actually, like the good grocery store and getting like really good ingredients is way more expensive than eating fast food, 100%. But then there is a level below fast food even where it's like the
Cans
99-cent
of bean.
store, Ralph's clearance, you know, or like
Yeah.
Costco. Like if you do it right at Costco and you order get a bunch of canned stuff or
Yeah.
preservative stuff. So, yeah, that's where I was at. But it was more just like I would just like my bank account would be low and I just like go, well, how long could I hang on? Like if I really had to do it and just couldn't spend any money. Play a little game with myself.
So this is related to, I don't know if this is one of my topics or just something I put down to talk about. So we're in Seattle, and my brother, so I sent you the picture of the gym, the workout
Yes.
equipment where all the people grown on. So that brother, Ben, that lives in Seattle, and his fiance, very active, and they hike all the time, whatever. So we're on our way to, you had to drive like, you know, I don't know, 2.5 hours to get to Mount Rainier. So we stopped at a gas station to fill up gas. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go in and get a snack. And I said, does anybody want anything?
You're like, we just stopped at 3 Dairy Queens on the way out here. Do you really need a snack? Like, yes, that was just
That was the
treats.
warm up.
Yeah.
And so I said, does anyone need a snack? My brother goes, yeah. Just grab me something. Give me a snack. I said, okay. So I went in, and I said I was getting myself a snack.
Yeah.
So I came out with zingers, and I got him M&Ms. That's safe, right? Like, oh, who doesn't
Yeah.
like M&Ms? These nerdy oh my gosh. It was insulting. I was embarrassed they're like, I gave it to him. He goes, Aaron, I told Johnny to get me a snack. He got me M&Ms. And they all just like piled on about how I'm this. Oh my gosh. What a child. They meant like, I meant like a Lara bar or, some sort of hiking
Trail mix.
trail mix.
Which,
or
by the
something.
way, has M&Ms in it. You just
Well,
gave
there you
them
go.
a purest version of trail mix.
I didn't appreciate it. We've talked about the difference between, what did I say, snacks and treats?
Treats, yeah. Well, see, you got hung up again. And that was one that you found very little backup on, I believe.
That's
And
true.
look what you did to yourself.
I forgot what the verdict was. So is M&M's
You
a
lost.
snack or is it a treat?
No, a treat is candy is a treat, not a snack. Yeah, and that's look what happened.
I guess.
I hate to warn you, but
Yeah, fool me once, and fool me twice.
but it is like road trip. I feel like road trip food. Maybe you could call M&Ms a snack. I don't know. It's just it's tough.
I appreciate the gesture.
I'm trying, but I'm in the same spot I was months ago when we debated this before.
Well, is
But what
is,
did your okay? So then
is
what
a
is your
Lara bar a treat
Yeah, Lara
or a
bar,
snack?
no,
That would be a
a la-
snack.
a Lara bar is not a treat. Have you had a Lara bar?
I meant,
That
is it a snack? If I say, hey, we're getting a snack, my point is, are they justified in being like, oh my God, get a load of this idiot? He got me M&Ms.
Well,
Okay,
I don't
all
know.
right,
If they
say no
needed-
more.
I don't know if they needed to call you an idiot, but
I don't know
Well,
if they did call me an idiot, but
what
it
did he
was
do?
implied.
Did he eat the M&Ms, or did they just did you take them back, or what happened to the M&Ms, or did you eat them?
I ate them. What are you talking? Of course. No, yes, he ate them. I mean, I did eat some of them. He offered me, but yeah, they ate them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then take that.
Yeah,
Fitness
take that back.
gurus, they probably loved them. How about that?
Yeah, it's probably the most peanut butter he's had in ages.
Oh, were they
Or
peanut butter
M&Ms.
M&Ms?
Those are the best kind.
Oh, it changes the story. The protein changes the whole
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
changes the whole equation. Now peanut M&Ms, then it's like now we're off to the races. That's
Oh,
just
those are
trail
gross.
mix.
Oh,
No, I like peanut. Really?
I
Okay.
don't know.
But even peanut butter M&Ms, I'd say that's enough protein to count.
Okay.
I don't know, snack. It's still,
Whatever.
but whatever. Let's take the win. Let's take
All
it
right, I'll take the
when we
win.
can get it. So I don't know if
What-
I'm backing you up. I don't think that's an official topic, so I'm gonna not.
Okay.
back you up
All right, we
necessarily.
won't count it.
Okay. Do you have one though? Do you have one that you wanna?
Sure.
I feel like our pre-show banter is hitting record lengths.
Yeah,
here.
it really is.
So
we
we
can
should
just do
get
one
into
each
it.
if so.
Let's just do one each,
hang
and
on. All right. So do you want me to go? I'll
my
do
Karen-
mine.
and
since
my
mine's-
mom went too, so
That's true.
that took up some time. We might have to cut her out of the show.
We'll cut her out and just offer her to the Patreon.
We'll see what the
Anyway.
We'll test it. We'll open this episode to a small select group of listeners. We'll get the feedback and then we'll
Yeah.
decide. Yeah.
So this is a food. And this came up in Seattle too. This was a
Okay.
wealth of topics here.
Yes.
We all agree Taco Bell has a reputation. It has a reputation of giving people diarrhea. Now I need backup. It doesn't. It doesn't give anyone diarrhea.
Pause.
What?
It was like, you know how they have those things on Twitter or whatever where they have bots write scripts? They put in all the information from like Star Wars, and then they have a robot write a Star Wars script. That topic is like someone listened to this show every episode, and then artificial intelligence wrote the topic like Taco Bell diarrhea, defending Taco Bell not giving you diarrhea, was like the artificial intelligence going, yeah, this is about, sums up the show
Yeah.
as close as I
This
can
is
get.
the voice of the cavalry. Sure.
But no, go ahead. I'm fascinated, so go ahead, please.
Well, that's the thing. We're playing this game. I don't know if you played it. I don't know if it's Salad Bowl or the Game of Things, where like you say, okay, you give a topic, like, all right, everybody writes down a piece of paper, worst ad campaign or worst ad campaign for Taco Bell, and then everyone writes down. Then someone reads them all, and you have to guess who wrote which one. Every single one was about diarrhea.
Of course.
And then, of course, lovely Noreen pointed out that it actually doesn't. And I thought, you know what? That's true. It has this reputation of making you have to shit, of there being shit all over the bathroom. And it's not true.
Right.
I mean, in my experience, and
I'm trying to
apparently
think.
hers.
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, yes, maybe it is. It's terrible, low quality dog food, whatever. But it doesn't give you diarrhea.
Well, that's
you
the
eat
thing.
Taco Bell, you're not going to shit right away.
Low quality, sometimes high quality food makes you shit right away because it's like lots of fiber and lots of good. So just because it's low quality, it could be backing you up. You know, it could be like, it could be sitting
Mhm.
in there for years. You might have like a crunch wrap supreme.
I've only eaten 2 items from Taco Bell. And
What are those
many
2 items?
Chili cheese
Wait.
burritos.
Oh, did you say it already?
Well, if you didn't hear it, yeah.
You said one of them,
What?
right? You
Yeah.
only said one of them, right?
Yeah.
We should make people guess what Johnny's second item. So say the first one again.
The chili cheese burrito.
All right. Now everyone.
Which used to be called the Chilito. It used to be 89 cents. Now it's over $3.
Was that viewed as cultural appropriation, or why did they have to change it?
I don't know.
Chili?
That's a good point.
Okay. Now this is great because now everyone can go and guess in the, I don't know where, they can put it in the review or send us a comment, but guess Johnny's second item, or we'll tease it. We'll say it on the post show banner. So if you subscribe to the Patreon, you can learn what Johnny's second
That's right.
Taco Bell item is. I never eat at Taco. I almost never eat there. I've probably eaten there like 10 times in my life. It's just never really
Oh
been.
my God. I ate there 10 times on
It's
the
not
way
a big
home
one.
from the funeral. We stopped there after Dairy Queen.
There's just a whole row. It's like an hour and a half drive to go past one freeway exit. But I will say Wendy's gives me diarrhea.
Every
Wendy's
time?
Yeah, but my order is pretty diarrhea specific. Chili, French fries, Diet Coke Frosty. I mean, that's a lot of moving. That's a lot of like, you know what I mean? Everything.
But are you like, does it gives you diarrhea, or does it just like hurt your tummy?
No, what are we calling diarrhea? Like it when I'm gonna have to go shit and it's gonna come out really fast, but it's just once and then it's all over. So I don't know. It's not like an illness. It's not like I would call in for work.
Right. Yeah.
You're like, I can't go in. I'm gonna have to take a dump at some point, and it's gonna take me 30 seconds to be the quickest dump. So I don't know if that's like, because to me diarrhea is like an illness that you have for like a day.
Yeah.
It's definitely not that.
Right. It's just it just cleans you.
It's just
blow
it's
it
gonna,
out your ass right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Wendy's does make me do that, but I haven't had. I know they closed the Wendy's in Port. Somehow, how does a Wendy's go out of business? I
don't know.
But they need you. Of course, there's no fast food place that's ever gone out of business within a 30-mile radius of where you're currently living. They call it the Johnny Bump. They're like, oh yeah. If you ever wondered why there's 4 McDonald's on your block. But so yeah, I'll back you up. I mean, I'd have to get somebody else's. I just don't eat at Taco Bell enough to get the to give you the
That's
full
crazy.
perspective. But it wasn't even you that said it originally, right? You said it was your brother's.
It was. She gave me an aha moment. She
Yeah.
just pointed it out. Yeah, it was my brother's fiance. It was like, yeah, everyone says it because we all did. I mean, I did it too. My topic I wrote was, hilarious and about diarrhea.
Yeah.
And we
But
like all of them were about diarrhea, and she was just like, "That's so weird. Like, why?"
I feel like Taco Bell should jump on this, and that should be their new like campaign. Like, hey, you all think we're giving you diarrhea, but really think about it. Think about when you eat at a restaurant and shitting afterward. What is it actually like? They should do some sort of commercial like that.
Kind of like Domino's. How Domino's started over and was like, "Hey, we're revamping things. We were terrible." Taco Bell should be like, "Hey, you think we're terrible, but we're not.
We're not. Really think about it.
Yeah.
You've just been hearing the same stupid joke over and over again, and you've come to believe it. But really, our food is not making you shit your pants.
Right.
Come back."
I will say, and they used to be great because, I mean, I've been with Taco Bell for a long time, but it used to be, that was the most affordable place you could go. You go there with $3, you get tons of food.
Right.
And
Yeah.
someone on the higher ups was like, why don't we just not be like that and make more money? Because now it's like
Taco
2
Bell
chili cheese burritos.
for a long time.
Chili cheese burritos is $10. It used to be 89.
Whoa. Taco Bell executives for a long time only ate at Taco Bell, so they didn't know what other restaurants. They're like, whoa, I mean, I don't know why we're not making any money. We're charging 88 cents for a meal here. That seems right.
And then one of them went to any other fast food place.
That happened to Wendy's too. Wendy's used to be really cheap, and then like the kids used to get the like double stack was 99 cents. You know, I mean that's like a double cheeseburger for 99 cents, and it was like a quarter pound of meat. You know, it was an amazing deal. And then they tried to keep it 99 cents on the menu, the double stack, but they just kept shrinking the size of the. So now they were like using like a freaking razor to slice the meat in half to be able to make it thin enough to.
Yeah.
Finally, they gave up, I think, and got it off the menu. But
you ever get the Dave's triple stacker?
I think, yeah.
You got to really open your mouth big.
I stopped getting the burgers at It's weird. I love Wendy's, but I started going like the spicy chicken sandwich and then the chili.
That's what I have to get spicy chicken when Erin's in the car with me. She'll be like, she'll be like, let's go to Culver's, and I'll get all excited. And she's like, well, but let's not do red meat. Well, why are we going to Culver's? That's like torture. Isn't there like a Dante's Inferno like that? Come on.
To be healthy, you have to get the spicy chicken
you're gonna take me to the best
healthy.
burger place and I can't get a burger?
Well, that's why I love Chick-fil-A, because it's like, oh, the healthy one, you know, but it's really. That reminds me, I don't know if I've ever said this on the podcast before. I've probably told you this before, but there's this great Steve Martin story about his dad. And his dad, he went out to dinner with his dad, and his dad just had like a heart attack or heart issue or something. And he goes, oh my God, they're ordering at the restaurant. It's like, this doctor has me on this awful diet. I can't have anything anymore. And the waiter's like, what do you have? He goes, fettuccine Alfredo.
I think you told that on the podcast 2 weeks ago.
Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. We'll cut that out.
I only know that because I've been editing the episodes this week. That's funny.
Food just keeps coming up.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
He's all
but I'm backing you up. I guess.
Healthy eating fettuccine Alfredo.
Fettuccine Alfredo. That's all I can have anymore. I'm backing you up, I guess. I mean, I'm gonna take your word for it, and also because this it wasn't even you. You know what I mean? Like it was.
Yeah. That's like
you had the
comes
realization
built in with backup. Yeah.
So I'm gonna back you up.
All right, what do you got?
Okay, this one is gonna be tough, I think, for you to get on board with, and I think for a lot of people to get on board with. But I'm just gonna come out and say it really hot. It should be more expensive to fly. Airline tickets are too cheap. Now, I understand it's gonna be a tough one to get there, but I don't know if you're paying attention to what is going on these planes. There was this guy they had to duct tape to the chair. There's people punching. There's people, wearing like no clothes. They take peacocks in them. And I'm not a rich man by any means, but I do think like this whole country, it's like you get what you pay for, and they made it way too cheap to fly, and this is the result. It's like everything. Like you wouldn't take the bus to, the Greyhound, right? Yeah. From Madison to Chicago. You would never do that. You would pay a little bit more to either rent a car or take a train or fly or whatever, right? It's the same idea. But because we're like, I think it was like the Priceline thing, we became obsessed with finding the actual literal cheapest ticket. Like, so if there was one that was $37, and those are by the way, that's like the ads that I see sometimes, like $38 one way to fly, a long ways.
Yeah, I see those all the time, and they're never anything that I would ever need.
Well, yeah, I mean,
unless you're planning your trip around the ad.
For that cheap, you get an impulse. What are you got to lose?
Yes.
But what I'm saying is like it's just
price out the riffraff.
Yes, it's gone too far. And before you could go, well, who cares? Like, okay, it's better because everyone can fly now. Great. But we've abused the privilege. It's gone too far. And they're like, oh, well, you could sit up it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? The whole plane has to turn around. If some guy tries to open the air hatch because it's like he has too many White Claws or something, the whole plane has to turn around. You know, I don't want to get on a plane. I've never been scared to fly in my life until like I've been watching all these videos lately of these people going crazy on flights. You got to raise the prices and get rid of Priceline and all these. Just go to the airline you want to fly and go on their website, see how much it is, and then decide if you can afford it. But this like whole thing of like bargain basement travel hacking, all this stuff, it's just leading to chaos. That's my.
I see your logic. I want to back you. I don't know if I can back you up because I just don't know if I want on tape that I think price airplanes should be more expensive. But I will tell you this, because we just flew back from Seattle and we're watching Ted Lasso on the iPad. You know, good show, whatever.
Yeah.
And if I see any like hustle and bustle, I get excited. My adrenaline gets going. I'm like, wait a minute, take off the earbuds. Are we getting a show? Like, that's exciting. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you like it? You
That'd
want
be
there
great
to be?
see that? Are you kidding?
Yeah.
To see, like, imagine the guy in front of you gets duct taped to the chair. Wouldn't you be like, is this cum? Is this the entertainment that comes with the plane ticket?
Do I have to pay? Is this pay-per-view? Do I have to order this?
There's nothing better than when you start hearing like people arguing, because it's just the ultimate people watch. It's just like,
no, I hate the we when Heidi and I flew back from, I don't know where it was, New York maybe, or flew to New York, I can't remember, but there was a guy who sat next to me and just immediately you could tell he was like going in on the masks, going in on like complaining about the drinks, complaining about the flight attendant, and he was like this big, New York thick accent, and I was like, oh man, we're gonna be in one of those videos, and they're gonna turn the plane around, and we're gonna be stuck for 36 hours on the tarmac or whatever. But he kept it under control. But I don't know.
Wouldn't it have been nice to be like, to see it explode into like,
no,
get your phone out and be like, ooh, World Star Video or whatever.
No, because whatever I get out of the show, I always think like, but the disaster of not getting to your destination, you know what I mean? Like,
oh no, yeah, if it interferes with that, if we have to
that's
turn
what
around,
happens.
that's different.
Because
I don't want an emergency landing.
They duct taped that guy to the chair, but like, did they get to where they were? I didn't even look, but like, did they actually get to where they were going, or did they, have to turn around or land somewhere else? Yeah. I mean, it's like, oh my God, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it sounds like I'm not going to get you. I'm trying to think of another way to put it.
Well,
but
also, this was my first time flying Sun Country, which I didn't even know I was on till the morning of, because we bought it on Expedia, and the whole thing. I mean, everyone's talked about it, but I'm paying to put a bag in the overhead. I had to pay $80.
See, that's my point.
Put the bag.
This is my point. See,
it already is expensive.
I know, but this is your fault. This is totally your fault, because you bought the thing on Expedia for like $40 or whatever, right? And
no, it was like $240.
Wow. So even worse. But then you would have, if you had seen like let's say American Airlines and they were $245, you're like, whatever, $240. I'm gonna buy the one that's $5 cheaper, right? But if it's just you people. It's like everyone's going to the lowest. It's a race to the bottom with air travel, and that's why all these other airlines have to make it worse to fly on them and charge more for like baggage fees or whatever, because everybody's just running to the cheapest one. Whereas if everybody would just pay a little bit more, okay, yeah, it's a little more expensive, but it's 4 hours of my life. I want to enjoy myself. I don't want to get last minute screwed. I know how aggravated I'd get if I found out there's some weird fee. Like with the big airlines, there isn't going to be some hidden fee or something. I just think it's a better way to go.
You should run for president. But that's another thing is when you pick your seats, they're like, all right, you're all set. Pick your seats. And literally every seat is an extra $37. So it's like, well, there's nowhere. So you just have to say skip and then hope you get assigned a good seat, because that's what they do. That's the only way to get around it, is to have them put you in a seat.
I mean,
because you're
that's
not paying for it.
so Frontiers like that, Spirits like that, Sun Country, I guess, is like the more regional one that's like that. But like, I flew Spirit once.
No, American and Delta are like that too. There's maybe 6 chairs that are like not an
Oh
extra
yeah,
$17 for.
yeah, but they don't charge you to put your bag in the overhead bin.
No, yeah, that bag in the overhead was Sun Country, and I never.
Spirit, they charge you to print your boarding pass, and they don't have electronic boarding passes. So you have to bring a printed out boarding pass with you to the airport, or they charge you for that. And that's the kind of shit you have to like read the fine, because I flew Spirit once and I knew all this going in. I was like, oh, I've heard the jokes.
Yeah.
I've heard, I heard how bad it is. But it was like the same thing. It was like a $49 ticket from LA to Baltimore. And I was only going to be there for a night, so I didn't need a bag. And I was like, this is what I'm doing. And I printed out. So if you go in and you know everything that's going to happen, like I get it. But I also think,
how much is it to print out your ticket for them?
Oh, it's like $15 or something. Like they'll charge you there. I mean, it's insane. It's punitive. And by the way, it would be very easy for them to just have you have an electronic boarding pass. Everybody does it now.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't cost anybody anything, but they would just rather not.
Yeah, then they
Like,
would lose all that revenue.
why are we rewarding that behavior? I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I would rather. Now I'm at the point where it's like, I'm not rich again. I'm not a rich man. A humble stand-up comedian from Portland, Oregon, but I'm very happy to pay a little bit more to fly, to know that you're not getting ripped off, and that you might
not have to
get punched in the face
with poor Neanderthals
Yes.
that can't afford.
Yes, there should be some mode of travel that is exclusive to somebody. Like now, anyone can fly. Literally, anyone can get on a plane, and that is the problem. The only transportation that some people can't afford is the space like the ones with like Bezos. That's the only thing
Right.
left.
Yeah,
I can't afford that.
He has enough to go on it.
Yeah. But then Expedia is going to get on that and ruin that for him too. And pretty soon it'll be cheap to fly to space. I don't know. Maybe this is too controversial. I don't know. Maybe it sounds elitist to some people out there, and you're like, but I swear I'm not. It's not an elitist.
Comes
thing.
from a good place.
Yeah, but like, okay, because if I were telling you guys to go, hey, don't go to Walmart and buy like 99-cent, bananas. Go to your local farmer's market and buy them for $2.50. No one would call me elitist. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's being smart. You're putting better food in your body or whatever, and you're supporting local whatever, supporting better businesses." Well, to me, like the major airlines that don't do the Suncoast country shit.
Yeah.
That's better than like, you know what I mean? I don't know if this is making. I'm floundering here.
I see. I just don't know. I don't know where pricing out poor people applies to the
But
Walmart.
No, it's not even because it's just what you choose to spend your money on. Because like I say, you bought the Suncoast country ticket. It's tricking poor people is what it is. Because you bought everyone, you're going to pay the same one way or the other. It's not like the airlines are doing it for free. It's not like they're like.
Yes. In the end, I paid.
In the end, you're going to pay the
$80
same.
more than I thought I was going to, and I might as well have just gone.
So it's just It's not pricing out poor people, but it's just like.
It's not that I'm like looking. Here's what it was. This is when I'm good in flights because I'm not loyal. I mean, I'm loyal to Southwest, but they don't fly out of Madison, and I don't drive to Milwaukee to go. So I'm just like, all right, I just need to find who has the flight at this time that can get me where I'm going, and I can see by times, and they put it in order of price. So it's just a convenient way to look at it.
Right.
And I didn't look at the airline. I didn't realize the airline on the way back was different, and that's how they got me.
Yeah. No, and I know. I mean, like, I do the same thing, and it's not like I'm not saying like arbitrarily just pick a flight that's $50 more expensive, even if it's not the one you want. But it's just this like the mindset of like where, people will tell you spend a little bit more money on food, you get what you pay for, right? Or spend a little bit more money if you get a bid to re-roof your house, and one guy's like pitches you like way under what everybody else does, you might have like a couple. You might think about it for a second and go, well, wait, why does that guy think he can do it so cheap? You know.
Yeah.
But people don't do that with airlines, and I think that's why they're so shitty. That's why everyone complains about air travel. They all say it's bad. Everybody to a it's the number one thing. Oh, it's gotten so bad. It's gotten so bad. Yet everybody picks the cheapest possible flight all the time. So it's like, you know, we believe you get what you pay for with everything in life except for air travel. We expect like great service for the absolute cheapest price that we can pick.
Yeah, I think I'm coming around. I think I don't know if you framed it right, because initially,
well, yeah,
you're framing it like, hey, I have to avoid these other passengers, but really how you should.
Well, that's
be
part of
framing
it, by the way. I want that to be on the record. I do not want to be on the same flight as the duct tape guy. That's real.
But like, yeah, I think when you compare it to like, if everyone just pays a little more, does the Delta, American, well, I literally hate every airline except for Southwest, but you know, the non-Spirit Sun Country bullshit,
yeah,
just so that they can't survive, and then you just have these legit non-fine print airlines left.
yeah, and like, and then even those airlines I think would treat you better, because they used to treat you better because they were making more money per. They're like, why do they shove us all next to each other? You know, why? I have no leg room. They all they care about is profits. Yeah, no shit, because you only paid $80. You know, this used to cost a lot more money. So it's like, I don't know. I think,
but it's also with how
you
often
get treated the way you get treated the way you accept. You know what I'm saying? Like, we allow them to treat us this way. We're all putting up with this shit, and it's because we would rather pay less and get treated like dog shit than pay a little bit more and get treated well. That's the truth.
Yeah, that is true.
So
can I just take, like, that's my mental thing is like, okay, can I just turn off my mental, like just turn off my life for 5 hours, deal with horse shit, and then I'll turn back on my life when I land, and I'll have saved $100 because I went through that bullshit. And
I guess
so many
that's
times
true.
I'm like, yes, I will torture myself for 3 hours. I'll end up where I need to be, same either way, and I'll have a little more money in my pocket. So I'm part of the problem.
I guess you're part of the. I guess we're just not gonna. Maybe I'm not saying it right, but also we just disagree. Maybe, but I just think that if people really thought about it, you wouldn't accept this from any other. Like, you know, if you kept going to a restaurant and you hated the food and you got shitty service and they were mean to you, and then you go, where do you want to go out to eat tonight? Well, this place is $4 cheaper, even though it was the worst experience I've ever had. You know, that's just, for some reason with the airlines, it's how we think. And I think it's because of that Priceline Expedia thing, like you said, where they put them all in front of you and you're like, oh shit, that's the cheapest one, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm saying. I feel like I'm letting
I see your
everyone down.
logic. I just don't know if I can, on the record, say I want to pay more for airline tickets.
Well,
that's as close as I can get.
I'm willing to say it. Cancel me. All right, that's it. You have oh wait, did you go? I forgot.
No, I did the Taco Bell one,
okay.
the diarrhea. So
we're over time.
We don't have 5-star ones. So join the Patreon. What is it? Patreon.com/ The Cavalry Podcast.
That's
Leave
right.
a 5-star review, and we will embrace your topic.
Or just show up in person to my house.
Show up or call Andrew during the recording.
Yeah, we'll put you on. Yeah, call me during the show. I don't know who that
or send us a message on our Instagram or Facebook. That'd be you'll get mentioned. You'll get mentioned if you do that.
We'll figure it out one way or the other. There's ways to get in touch. All right, thanks everybody for listening
to
The
Cavalry.